Auzubillahiminash-shaytanir-rajim. Bismillahir-rahmanir-rahim. This is Ghazala Amin with the third lecture. We will talk a lot about, actually आज का जो lecture होगा, I would appreciate and like if you go back and do a little bit of research on some of the topics and get the definitions and the lingos of project management in order for yourself. पिछले lecture में हमने बहुत सी बातें की, पावर, इंटेग्रिटी ऑफ प्रोजेक्ट मैनेजर, हमने ये बात पावर, अथॉरिटी और रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी, अकाउंटेबिलिटी की बहुत बातें की थी. A couple of other things that we talked about was a project oriented industry. There are certain work and industries जो कि are ideal for project management. फिर उसी तरह से at the lower level there are certain industries जिसमें monotonous or repetitive kind of work is going on. Those industries are not hotbeds for project management. So we should not generalize the word project management and generalize the word project for saying it can be applied everywhere and in every industry. As project management educated professionals, we need to understand and actually take that information that there are certain things that can be improved upon by using the techniques of project management, but we cannot follow all the processes of it. And I'll tell you in my subsequent delivery of the lecture, we will talk about why is it so. मगर जो भी हो रहा हो, चाहे हम project management के सारे processes को follow कर रहे हों या नहीं कर रहे हों, there are certain traits and characteristics which make us good project managers and ethical project managers, makes us good professionals. And they are always open to be followed, whatever industries we are working for. आजकल जब हम बात कर रहे हैं कि NGOs, there's a new requirement in a lot of NGOs to be a certified project manager and to understand and follow the project management processes. And the reason is that the donor agencies are actually looking for tangible results. And throughout the life of the project, they are looking for some tangible milestones which gives them a comfort level that yes, my project, the money that I'm investing in a project is taking its due time and it's on the right track. Same is the case with every project. इसीलिए it's so important to understand that the responsibility that I have to deliver a project successfully on time, on schedule, on budget is a massive responsibility on my shoulders. And while I'm trying to achieve my own targets, my own project targets, my project team that is working day in, day out for me understand the priorities of meeting those target deadlines. Why is it important to do certain things on certain time, at certain time? उनको भी involve करना, sponsors को भी involve करना, customers को भी involve करना, giving them the right information at the right time, and only the information that is required to be given at the right time. एक बड़ा important concept है, हम आगे अपनी sites में इस पे बात करेंगे. फिर हम क्या करना चाह रहे हैं? हम इस education से क्या सीखना चाह रहे हैं? What kind of project managers are we becoming? And what do you think a typical project manager does in a day's work? Project manager का सुबह सबसे पहले होती है और आखिर भी सबके बाद होती है in a typical day's work. Project manager कि जब कांधों पे बहुत सारा काम पड़ता है तो वो उसकी ये responsibility भी होती है कि he cannot just shrug off and say it's not my problem. It would always be your problem. The start, the initiation phase and the closure phase तक हर वो काम जो आपके प्रोजेक्ट से रिलेटेड है वो आपकी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी है. And then comes in the term accountability. Yes, let me take back that statement to a certain extent and say, yes, even though it's considered your responsibility, the responsibility is your project team members' responsibility. Individuals who are doing individual tasks, they are responsible for it. The accountability is on your shoulder. The accountability is yours. And hence the definition of accountability. Responsibility is the work of your team members. Accountability is the project manager's responsibility. Some of the important terms and terminologies that we talked in the last lecture, हम लोग उसी को continue करेंगे and we'll build upon it in this particular lecture. 3 important definitions, which are again the industry-wide definitions. If we start with the word project. Project is a temporary endeavor undertaken to create a unique product or service. Unique takes us away from being repetitive or monotonous. Temporary, it has to have a starting point and an end point. ये बहुत important concept है. इसको हम लोग कहते हैं time constraint. Cost constraint in a certain allocated budget. Or सबसे important, the scope that was desired by the customer, the people who are paying for this project or the delivery of the product or the service. They had certain guidelines, they had certain understanding of what is needed out of this project. Scope constraint. जो ये तो 3 constraints होते हैं, इसको हम लोग triple constraints कहते हैं. The triple constraints are the triangle of your project. If you think of a triangle, the 3 points of the project. One is the time constraint, time deadline. One is the cost constraint, allocated budget, making sure that you do deliver in that time, in that cost. And then the scope, the 3rd point. Triple constraint, cost, time, scope. In between it, there is an ongoing cycle. While you are managing all those constraints, you're ensuring that the quality is met. You are also ensuring that the customer is satisfied throughout this project. प्रोजेक्ट के बाद हम जब बात करते हैं, हम बात करते हैं प्रोग्राम्स की. A group of projects managed in a coordinated way to obtain benefits that are not available from managing them individually. So programs are made of multiple projects. एक बड़ा एक important question आता है जो sometimes baffles the people that are hearing it. If all the projects are successful, does that make a program successful? And most of you are thinking, yes. If all the projects are successful, your program will be successful. And the answer is no. Your projects can be very successful, however your program can fail. Program is not just execution of multiple projects. Programs are visions. And a program manager is a visionary in that aspect. You need to understand the totality of everything that is going on and ultimately will benefit the end user. Project management अगर प्रोजेक्ट मैनेजमेंट की डेफिनेशन पढ़ते हैं तो इट वुड बी द एप्लीकेशन ऑफ नॉलेज, स्किल्स, tools and techniques to project activities in order to meet or exceed stakeholders' needs and expectations. Let's talk about the three things that we are talking about, और इनकी combination. Project management, एक example मैंने दिया था गाड़ी का, और गाड़ी के बाहर आप खड़े हैं की लेके. अब आपको पता है या नहीं पता है गाड़ी चलाना. People would assume that you're standing with the key in your hands right next to the car that belongs to you. You probably would know how to drive. मगर आपका experience जो है वो आपको गाड़ी चलाना सिखाता है. Project management की जो definition है, which would be in front of you, it's the application of everything. ठीक? So now you know the major components of the project, the 9 knowledge areas, and the 9 knowledge areas being integration, project integration management, project scope management, project HR management, project communication management, project risk management, project quality management, and so on so forth. And I may be while I'm saying this I'm forgetting maybe couple, but सबसे जो important है इन सब चीज़ों में वो ये सीखना और समझना है कि where do I apply what technique, and the combination and the management of all. It's the application of knowledge, all your skills, all your professional skills, the tools and techniques that you have learned through being in the industry, through certain classes that are being offered, new softwares that were introduced at your workplace, applying all those things to your project activities. And why are we doing all this? There's only one reason why we are doing all this. All this is done in order to meet or exceed your stakeholders' needs and expectation. So what is a stakeholder? Stakeholder की हम लोग definition भी बाद में पढ़ेंगे, मगर I think अगर मैं बोल रही हूँ कि इस दफ़ा use these few slides as a starting point for it. Stakeholders can be negatively or positively affected by your project. Anyone who is negatively or positively affected by your project or its operation, that's a stakeholder. Your project team member is the most active stakeholder for that project. सबसे पहले successful or unsuccessful implementation of that project will affect your own project team members and the sponsors for your project. So project management discipline, एक तो हो गया project, इधर हो गया program, और बीच में हो गया project management. कुछ bullets की हम बात करते हैं अब. Some of the important things while we are talking about the project program and project management. The importance of start and end date of a project and adhering to that timeline. The allocated budget and available resources. Resources are multiple, है ना. सबसे fondly जिसको हम कहते हैं 3M, man, material and machine. When we talk of resources, we should not just assume that we are talking about human resources. Second thing, second bullet, are your dedicated stakeholders. Dedicated stakeholders are again the ones that are hurt or gain most from successful or unsuccessful implementation of your project. Obviously, your project team being one of the most direct stakeholders in that aspect. प्रोजेक्ट मैनेजमेंट डिसिप्लिन में एक और बहुत इम्पॉर्टेंट कॉन्सेप्ट ये है that you have to have tasks built within your project to either go and educate your end user or get that comfort level that you have an informed and knowledgeable end user or recipient of the project. बहुत दफ़ा हम we as project managers take on projects where there is a certain amount of money involved in it. So certain sponsors are actually trying to get the project implemented, and we are in a hurry to implement the project. However, the recipients, people who are supposedly getting the benefit of this project, don't assume so or don't understand the necessity of this implementation. So it's very, very important that you or your organization, you as a project manager and your organization as a project management offering organization, understand the needs of the end user or needs of the recipients and their satisfaction index. The fourth bullet will be empowered project office personnel. It's not just doing a task, getting the work done, signing a contract and saying goodbye. The whole task operation or the whole execution of the task is dependent on your team and your project office being empowered to make certain decisions at the right time. You should not need to be waiting to get orders on a daily basis. And this is where the term accountability comes in. When you are given the responsibility of doing certain thing, then you need to have a certain degree of accountability of getting the work done on time. And if certain things come up or if certain issues arise during that execution or implementation of the task, you're empowered and your organization's project office is empowered to make certain decisions. And that is one of the important criteria in project management discipline. Last lecture में मैंने बात की थी documentation की. हम हमेशा अगर क्रिटिकल कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स और ट्रेट्स की बात करते हैं प्रोजेक्ट मैनेजर की, तो हमेशा कहते हैं ऑर्गेनाइज्ड हो, मेथोडिकल हो, प्रो डॉक्यूमेंटेशन हो, फाइलिंग टेक्निक्स आती हो, प्रोसेस को फॉलो करता है. एंड देन वी कम इनटू मोर ऑफ सब्जेक्टिव काइंड ऑफ ट्रेट्स लाइक इंटेग्रिटी, पैशन, प्रोफेशनल एथिक्स एंड सो ऑन सो फोर्थ. अगर एक चीज को देखें या एक चीज की बात करें which is the most important positive trait in a project manager or a project organization, तो वो जो एक चीज है वो adherence to strict documentation. मीटिंग्स की बात कर लेते हैं. हर ऑर्गेनाइजेशन ऐसा कोई नहीं होगा जिसको मीटिंग्स कभी ऐसी अपॉर्चुनिटी ना मिली हो कि किसी मीटिंग को अटेंड करना पड़ा या किसी मीटिंग को शायद लीड नहीं किया हो टू सम ऑफ यू, बट अटेंड ज़रूर की होगी. डॉक्यूमेंटेशन की जब हम बात करते हैं, for in a particular instance of arranging and facilitating and leading a meeting, you need an agenda for the meeting. People who are attending that particular meeting need to know the start time, the end time, the venue, what will be discussed in the meeting, why do they need to be in that meeting, why is it so important for their attendance. There is a certain agenda that needs to be given to the attendees of the meeting. There has to be a certain reason, an explained and documented reason. और ये सिर्फ हम इस bullet point के को emphasize करने के लिए कह रहे हैं कि even a simple thing as arranging and doing a meeting also needs a lot of preparation. So an agenda of the meeting is documented and handed over. I am not a big hard copy person. I usually like emails and dealing with soft copies. So अगर आपकी professional meeting है तो you can actually hand over or send an email with the agenda at least a day prior to the meeting, and that also works as a reminder to holding that particular meeting. Once the meeting is held and everybody is there, again वो जो बात हमने की थी punctuality की और a certain forum of the meeting, all that is again should be used. मगर अगर documentation के aspect से बात करें, within the meeting all the meeting minutes should be recorded and documented. There should be a particular person assigned for making sure that all the meeting minutes, who said what, in a summarized way should be documented. Meeting should be closed on time. Few minutes up and down depending on the issues of the meeting can vary, magar you should always make a sincere and a conscious effort to actually close down a meeting on certain time, whatever was the published time before. Meeting minutes, what went on, अगर उसमें कोई responsibility दी गई है, अगर कोई issues को pursue करना है as a follow on, should be given to responsible individuals. All that was captured in form of meeting minutes. At the end of the meeting, all the recipients or some even people who did not attend the meeting, an email should go out with the meeting minutes captured in it. जब हम strict documentation की बात करते हैं तो in this particular example, it's clarified the importance of documentation. And the same documentation, adherence, rules and procedures should be followed in multiple other situations. Project management discipline में strict documentation takes the center stage. Next one is the change management and the risk mitigating process. At the start of a project, there are multiple risks, and there are many risks that can be identified. The best way of capturing risks to a project is to get as many stakeholders, preferably in a room, and use that as thinking out of the box or like a brainstorming session, where everyone pitches in and comes up with risks that may hurt your project negatively. हम लोग positive risk की 1 minute में बात करेंगे. But at that point in time, you are thinking of things that will affect your project negatively or had the potential of it. That risk identification process situation can actually become a great team building resource where everybody is thinking of project reaching its goals successfully. And how will my project or our project may have issues? So even before the start of your project, you have all of your stakeholders thinking in the direction of my project ultimately being successful, and I want to take care and I want to minimize all the risks that may affect it. So it's a positive team building situation also. So the activity can be identifying all of the risks. Now when you've identified all the risks, you will also start thinking of, you know what, if this is a risk that can hurt my project negatively, what do I do? This is what I'll come up with. For example, अगर एक example लें, natural calamities. We're in the world of explosive natural calamities at this point in time. I think अगर हम 20 साल पहले बात करते तो it wasn't like that. But the tsunamis, the earthquakes, the troubled situations, the security concerns, I wouldn't call that a natural calamity, magar, you know, again, security concerns are a major risk to any project and any deadline and any project deadline. Those are risks to it. अगर आपका project इतना critical है, that's its implementation on a certain date means life and death to many people. Or the meeting your target means that your program will be considered a success, then you need to make sure that ये जो सारे identified risks हैं, अगर इसको security risk कोई consider कर ले, तो you need to have mitigation aspects in place. Security concerns, undeclared holidays, what will that do to my deadline? If I've identified that as a risk, I'm going to build in something in there. I will have 4 days built in each phase of my project. और उसको हम लोग एक टाइमलाइन की तरह डालेंगे. These are not unannounced. प्रोजेक्ट मैनेजर की जिंदगी में कोई सरप्राइजेस नहीं होते या कोई हिडन एजेंडा नहीं होता. एवरीथिंग इज इन योर एक्टिविटीज लिस्ट. और इस एक्टिविटीज लिस्ट का क्या नाम है? वर्क ब्रेकडाउन स्ट्रक्चर, जिसके बारे में हम बहुत बात करेंगे अगर टाइम परमिट होगा तो. रिस्क मिटिगेटिंग एस्पेक्ट्स, जब वो इश्यूज बन जाते हैं, एंड लेट्स से जो आपने रिस्क आइडेंटिफाई किए थे बिगिनिंग ऑफ द प्रोजेक्ट में, वो इश्यूज बन गए हैं, दैट मीन्स नाउ दे हैव हैपेंड. व्हाट वाज फियर्ड टू take place has now happened, and this has happened has a word called issue. Now it's an issue. अगर हम issues को manage नहीं कर सकते हैं, then it becomes a change to your project. Changes could be beneficial. Changes are not always bad. जब मैंने कहा था कि नेगेटिव रिस्क की बात की थी, तो मैंने ये भी कहा था कि पॉजिटिव रिस्क भी होते हैं. पॉजिटिव रिस्क क्या होते हैं? दीज आर बिजनेस रिस्क्स दैट कैन कम टू यू इन फॉर्म ऑफ मोर वर्क. सो इफ यू आर अ कंपनी surviving on more work or new projects, then a bigger change or a risk that has now happened has become a change for you, or has become a money-making situation for you. So for you, it's a positive change. New project, more resources, more money, right? So in a project management discipline, managing this whole process of risks, issues and changes needs to be followed and adhered to very, very closely. और इस सारी काम में the project sponsors and the customers need to be informed. मैंने बात की कि कोई सरप्राइजेस नहीं होने चाहिए. सरप्राइज कस्टमर इज एन अनहैप्पी कस्टमर. फिर एक जो अब हम टुवर्ड्स द एंड जब आने लगते हैं तो हम बात करते हैं कि एस्टिमेशन प्रोसेस. जब हम एक्टिविटीज की लिस्ट बना रहे होते हैं तो वी आर नॉट ओनली लुकिंग फॉर चेंजेस और रिस्क, वी हैव टू हैव अ बफर फॉर दैट. जैसे मैंने सिक्योरिटी की बात की, बस सबसे पहला जो काम होता है वो एक्टिविटीज लिस्ट है, टू गेट टू द पर्टिकुलर स्कोप दैट द कस्टमर इज लुकिंग फॉर. और हर एक्टिविटी को हमको एस्टिमेट करना पड़ता है टाइम, और टाइम अल्टीमेटली वर्किंग, और टाइम अल्टीमेटली converting to dollars or rupees. The estimation process for in-scope deliverables or additional deliverables is also a very, very important task. It's not just the project manager's responsibility कि हर एक्टिविटी को देख के बता दें कि ये 3 दिन में होगी, ये 4 दिन में होगी, ये 5 दिन में होगी. प्रोजेक्ट मैनेजर का सारा ये काम नहीं होता है. Depending on the criticality of the project, you have to use consultants, or you have to use subject matter experts. You have to use your own team members, whoever is working with you or can be made available to work with you in the initiation phases of the project, where you're estimating how long will it take me, or how long will it take my organization to deliver a certain tasks. ये जो एस्टिमेशन प्रोसेस होता है, ये एक बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट चीज़ है. इट हैज़ टू बी टेकन वेरी वेरी केयरफुली, डेल्ट विथ वेरी केयरफुली. यू कैन नॉट बफर अप थिंग्स, और यू कैन नॉट हैव टाइम लाइन्स एंड जस्ट से कि अभी हम एस्टिमेट को उतने ही कर दें कि अगर कस्टमर कह रहा है कि 12 महीने में डिलीवर करना है, तो येस वी विल go out and make a promise of delivering it in 12 months. और जब देखा जाएगा, जब एंड आ जाएगा और नहीं होगा, तो हम उस वक्त जाके कस्टमर से बात कर लेंगे. What a wrong concept. And very unfortunately, most of us in this profession deal with our projects that way. How unfortunate is that? But ये जो whole estimating process है, I always firmly believe that an informed customer is a happy customer. If upfront you tell the customer honestly that a thing cannot be done in 12 months and will take 16 months, then the customer will agree to it. However, they will only be in an agreeable situation if you have good estimates from people, or from resources, from human resources or other resources that know what they're talking about. And the customer feels that, yes, if they're saying so, this is how long it will take. So instead of trying to move into the issues and the change management process, why don't we give them the time up front, so it's a reasonably allocated time, a reasonably allocated budget to meet a certain scope. And last but not the least, 3 things that make or break a project is planning your project, tasks, activities, controlling when you start the execution of your project. Once it's approved and in that stage, you start controlling and making sure that all the timelines are being met, all your scope, all your costs are being met in a certain time frame, whatever was decided and signed up between your organization and the customer organization, and appropriately managing through all those tasks. एक ही स्लाइड पे काफ़ी लंबी हमने बात कर ली, मगर दोबारा 1 मिनट अगर स्पेंड करें to talk about the project, program definition and project management discipline. और ये सारी चीज़ें, and how important are these things in the world of project management. स्टेकहोल्डर की बात की हमने, स्टेकहोल्डर कम्युनिकेशन की. You will see a project manager in the middle, and you will see all these arrows, very confusing arrows going back and forth. प्रोजेक्ट मैनेजर की ज़िंदगी में बहुत सी चीज़ें होती हैं, मगर थ्रू आउट द लाइफ ऑफ द प्रोजेक्ट एक चीज़ बड़ी क्लियर होती है, यू आर द कम्युनिकेशन मास्टर. और कम्युनिकेशन सिर्फ ये नहीं कि वर्बल कम्युनिकेशन हो, यू हैव टू लव टू टॉक एंड एक्सप्लेन टू पीपल योर ओन point of view. That is something a project manager has to continuously and continually do all the time. But it's also the written communication. It's your body language. It's the comfort level that you provide to your team members when going gets tough. And it's also your body language and your attitude when you want to make sure that your customer understands that you are in an authoritative role, you know what you're talking about, and that customer needs to give you space to actually get the work done. So project manager is Mr. Do It All. हमेशा मैं एक एग्जाम्पल यूज़ करती हूँ कि एक जगलर हो और उसने वो बहुत से बॉल्स से जगल कर रहा है, एंड ओनली दिस टाइम ही और शी इज़ जगलिंग विथ एग्स. बॉल तो ज़मीन पे गिर जाती है ना, मगर अगर ये सारे हम एग्स को जगल कर रहे हैं, एक भी अंडा गिरता है मेस हो जाता है. दैट मीन्स कोई भी प्रोसेस आपके प्रोजेक्ट में अगर ज़मीन पे गिर जाता है तो इट क्रिएट्स अ वेरी मेसी सिचुएशन. थोड़ा सा फिलोसॉफिकल हो गए थे इस डेफिनेशन में. But let's get back to stakeholder communication. Stakeholders दो तीन तरह के होते हैं. ऊपर अगर हम देखें तो we are talking about upward stakeholders, and these are your top managed. The sponsors. Sideways जो होते हैं, these are your lateral stakeholders. These are your customers, or these could be your peers. People who are working alongside with you. Project management lingo में हम इनको line managers कहते हैं, or other project managers. Downward communication is with your team members. और अगर दो बॉक्सेस जिसको हम देखें, they are kind of out there without any arrows, but they can be placed either in upward communication or the sideward communication or the downward communication, will be your vendors, subcontractors, and then some are, regulators, and links are to be done later, जिसको हम कहीं भी depending on the situation place कर सकते हैं. Upward communication एक बड़ी स्ट्रेंज सी चीज़ है. Your customer sponsor and your customers, people who are paying the bill for your project, who are actually interested in successful implementation of your project, their concern when everything is going good, their concern is only three things. Is the project on budget, on schedule, and is it delivering what I expected it to deliver? That is their only interest. And we as project managers need to understand that while we're communicating with our top management, give them sufficient information, but not too much information. इसके लिए हम लोग यूज़ करते हैं कलर्स की दुनिया है हमारी. रेड, येलो, ग्रीन. रेड, ग्रीन से स्टार्ट करते हैं. ग्रीन, एवरीथिंग इज गुड. येलो, it's still good, but I'm seeing issues in it. I'm dealing with it, but a little bit of a struggle is there. Red, I've stopped. I need help from you, Mr. or Mrs. Sponsor. ठीक. Sponsors के जो antennas होते हैं, that is when they actually, their antennas are up. That is all they need to know. When there is issues, they would need to get more information. So be prepared and be ready for it. But informed customer, informed sponsor is the happiest sponsor. Do not try to hide issues from them. Try to give them dosages of information on a regular basis. Status report should be done in a predefined timeline. Every 2 weeks, a certain formatted status report with the risks, with the top issues, the top changes. How is the project getting through. What were the tasks that were taken care of last week? What am I working on the next 2 weeks? Any issues, anything that you need to take care of, or achievements. All that need to be highlighted in a certain predefined format of a status report, and make sure that it is done. It is provided to the customer for your upward communication on a regular basis. Every second Friday before 4 p.m. you will get that. So there's a level of expectation from between the customer and the project manager. That's upward communication. Let's talk about the downward communication. Downward communication is between the project manager and the project team members. Do they just need to know the red, yellow, greens? No. They need to understand the technical issues. They need to understand why is it important for this task to get done by 5 p.m. tomorrow evening. Because if this doesn't get done, then the system will be shut down. And I'm talking more in a IT world because that's where my experiences lie, right? And then there's a two-day weekend. So it has to be done before 5 p.m. on a Friday. And if you don't do it, then there's not a delay of 2 days or 2 hours. There's a delay of 4 days because all my other predecessor tasks are getting delayed. So the downward communication needs to be detailed, needs to have personal responsibilities on a one-on-one situation. Ali doing a certain work by 5 p.m. tomorrow, Usman making sure that this work starts as soon as Ali gets done and has to be done within the window of 6 hours, so on and so forth. How close are you for getting the work done? If a web page had to be developed, the web page has to make sure the unit test cases are done up front so that when the development gets done, the test cases are ready to be executed. The results has to be given to a quality assurance team member. Don't get confused by the activities. I'm just giving you an example of the kind of details on an individual basis that needs to go within the downward communication. The downward communication is a team meeting, ideally done when all the team is around the table, and it gives each one of them an opportunity to give a status completion of their own individual task, but also come up with issues. Remember, issues, the team that is doing the work sees the issues first, before anyone else, before any consultant, before any subject matter expert can see them. And once the executors or your team members see the issue, who's the next in line to hear about the issue? It should be you as a project manager. They should not be going out talking just amongst themselves and sharing that information with the customer or sharing with other people. It should be, the next level of communication should be you. And hence, if you see the arrow, you see your project team member talking back and forth with the project manager. There's no arrow between your project team members and directly between the project stakeholders or your customer sponsors. That should never be the case. The sideward communication, well, your team members can be borrowed resources from your other projects. So there is a comfort level, and hence the arrows that are going back and forth that way too. There's a lot of communication between the project managers and the line managers and the customer per se, but these are the technical customers, right? These are not the upward management, these are not the sponsors. So the project team members, if they feel the if they don't understand a certain technical aspect of a project, they can actually talk to the customer. But they cannot just share issues, or they cannot share statuses with the customer directly. Okay? Make sure that that clarification is done in this aspect. So some communication is going back and forth with the peer line managers or the peer project managers. If you're in a program situation, some conversation is going on with the customer to understand or clarify the tasks. But major information is going on between the project team members and the project manager itself. So that is the stakeholder communication. And it's very critical to understand the importance of each and the level of detail or the depth that is needed in each one of those communication, because it significantly varies between upward communication, the downward communication, or the lateral communication. Project manager एक juggler है, balls लेके juggle कर रहा है, or in my case, when I explain it, I say you juggle with eggs, and your main role or the main goal is to make sure that your project doesn't get messy, right? So you don't want to drop any egg. You have to continue to make sure that you're juggling with a lot of eggs. Project manager is सारी situation में being the center point based on the last slide. एक question है, are you a coach or are you a mentor? हम लोग जिस तरह से पावर और अथॉरिटी को मिक्स करते हैं, उसी तरह से हम कोच और मेंटर की डेफिनेशन को भी इंटरमिक्स करते रहते हैं. कोच और मेंटर में एक फर्क होता है. कोच हैज अ विजन. कोच, a leader is a coach. You think long term. You think of personal skills development. You think of how can I help, or have a vision for improvement. How will my project benefit the world at large? Mentor is short term. Mentor is that person who will make you sit down and learn how to do a certain thing, how to run this report, how to learn a certain software. और एक बड़ा अच्छा एग्जाम्पल मैं हमेशा यूज़ करती हूँ कोच और मेंटर की डिफ्रेंसिएशन के लिए. Think that you are an adult and you have a 4-year-old kid. You have to teach that kid to cross the highway. A coach would look straight into the eyes of that 4-year-old boy and say, whenever you're crossing the road, look left, look right, make sure there's no cars coming in. As a safety precaution, make sure you look left, you look right, and run and cross the road. A coach would do that. A mentor does not have much time. He or she has to teach that child, or has to make sure that the child crosses the road quickly. Will hold the child's hand and say, look left, look right, run. प्रोजेक्ट मैनेजर की लाइफ में और सिचुएशन में ज़्यादातर वो मेंटोर का काम कर रहा होता है. अब हम बात करते हैं प्रोजेक्ट की डेफिनेशन जो हमने पिछले 2 स्लाइड्स में की थी. इट्स अ टेम्पररी एंडेवर. प्रोजेक्ट मैनेजर की हर चीज़ तेज़ी में हो रही होती है. यू कैन नॉट हैव पीपल बी बेटर persons. You cannot work on people being more honest, more ethical. If it's a 2-3 year long project, maybe yes, you can actually build upon some of those traits by continuous training and coaching and eyeing them. But project manager के पास इतना time नहीं होता है. Project manager deals with quick results. So project manager is usually a mentor, tries to take people, get them the right training, get them the right skill set, and ultimately the desire is to get the work done. Coach and mentor. Project managers ideally होते हैं mentors. वो जल्दी से देखते हैं कि इसको ये काम आता है और इसको नहीं आता है. Okay, for the next 2 weeks, pair this person up with this person, and at the end of the second week, please make sure that both of you are working at par, making sure your skill sets are kind of on a matching level. That is a project manager's life. Project manager's leadership style should be matched to the development level of the project team and should move through successive steps of. सबसे पहले project manager क्या करता है? Directing. That means you direct people what to do. Individual tasks, responsibility. Then you move on to coaching. You take a step back and you quietly move through the learning phases of it. Are you doing the work right? Is everything going well? When things are not going well, you kind of move into a supporting role. You pair up people. You actually try to provide a little bit of details, a little bit of help, holding hands. And then the last but not the least step is the delegation. Successful project managers are wonderful delegators. And I'll take the word project out. I think successful managers are the world's best delegators. They delegate tasks to others. They quietly monitor and manage the tasks. But they usually never go in and get their hands dirty in the task. They allow others to grow and do the work. And if you have reached the 4th level, you're actually on the stairs of success yourself. Project manager not only leads and manages the project, but helps the team with attaining SMART objectives for the project and the team. SMART. S-M-A-R-T. Specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and time-bound. जब आप कोई प्रोजेक्ट करना शुरू करते हैं, you have to have SMART tasks assigned to it. In your daily life, when you make your New Year's resolution, you also have to be very, very specific in what you're trying to achieve. It has to be measurable, some tangible situation, attainable, realistic. Is it even achievable? And then time-bound. Always not think of where I want to be in 50 years, but a certain timeline. How will it go within the 6 months? If it's a 2-year long project, how will it go in the 2 years? Or 7 months, or 8 months, or 12 months. So, SMART objectives, S-M-A-R-T objectives, are the basis of good project management. कितनी बात करें communication की? Communicate, and then do the recording. Project manager कुछ नहीं है communication के बगैर. अगर स्टेटिस्टिक्स की बात करते हैं, जहां हमने 65-35 का रेशियो दिया था सक्सेसफुल इम्प्लीमेंटेशन प्रोजेक्ट में और ट्रबल्ड या फेल्ड प्रोजेक्ट्स में, अ लाइफ ऑफ प्रोजेक्ट मैनेजर, just the time spent communicating in a project, within a project, जो लाइफ साइकिल में है, 90 to 95% of the time of a project manager is spent communicating. Upward communication, downward communication, lateral communication. अगर हम उसकी बात करें कि किस तरह से ये है, कहाँ जा रहे हैं हम, कहाँ से शुरू करते हैं, तो स्टार्टिंग से अगर हम बात करते हैं तो what are we doing? Critical path analysis हम करते हैं. We talk about earned value. Inshallah, if time permits, we'll talk about earned value, the schedule variance, the cost variances, resource analysis you're doing your performance test results to a certain, when we kind of try to narrow down हम क्या कर रहे हैं, we are spending time on project meetings, project reviews, generating reports, coming up with the format of reports, who should get what report, when should they get it, how important is to get a certain report to the right recipients, all that needs to be dealt with. And then if we उसको फिर एक तरह से अगर हम funnel में ला रहे हैं, तो what are we doing now between all this? We are identifying significant variances, what we planned versus the actuals. Plan हमने किया था कि on July 15th, 60% of the project should have been completed to ensure timely delivery of the end product. But today is that day, and no matter what the reason is behind it, but we are only 45% done. Now, is easily said that no matter what the reason was, we are now thinking that yes, if I couldn't make it to the 60% now, what do I do? Or what should be the tools and techniques that I'll be able to catch up between today and the end date? If I don't have the time, or if I don't have the resources or the abilities to catch up, then the customer needs to know it now, that there is a risk right now, may become an issue and may become a change to the end delivery date. The customer needs to know now. You're only halfway through the project, but the customer needs to be an informed customer now, and it's the responsibility of the project manager to identify those significant variances, understand, analyze, and then communicate. Identify significant trends. और फिर उसको अगर फिर एक और funnel हम करें, तो we are saying identifying the root causes of the problem. What are the issues that, because now when you're communicating to the customer, what do you think the next question will be? Why did you not meet those deadlines? And you as project manager need to be in a position to explain why not. So now you're not only reporting it, you are actually responsible for doing a root cause analysis. That means you are responsible for finding out why I did not do certain thing. There could be multiple reasons for it. हमने security reasons की बात की थी, undeclared holidays हो गई थी, skill set जो थे, because we did not get the right skill set in the market, from the market, हमारे resources had to be trained, they were sent out for training sessions for 3 weeks, and that's why we are running late, or we lost out on certain resources. Whatever the reason is, customer needs to understand that and know about it. And they need to feel comfortable that yes, now you have a plan to actually catch up, or if not, then they should be in a position to start working with their own sponsors to get the money or get the extended timeline for you, right? एक जो लास्ट जब हम फनल करते जा रहे हैं, जब हमने आइडेंटिफाई कर ली, रूट कॉज एनालिसिस कर लिया, तो जो आखिर में है ट्रायल सॉल्यूशंस. अब अगर इसका हम एग्जांपल ले ट्रायल सॉल्यूशंस का, और बेस्ड ऑन द काइंड ऑफ एग्जांपल्स दैट आई वाज गिविंग यू के अनट्रेन्ड स्किल सेट था, अगर कस्टमर इज एडमेंट फॉर मीटिंग द एंड डेडलाइन, देन यू कैन से ओके, I may need a little bit more money, but we can bring in a consultant, we can bring in an expert or a trained resource, pair it up with my individual resource and get the work done, or subcontract the work out. It's a trial solution. There's no guarantee that somebody will come in and just do the work and then leave. Right? हो सकता है कि उसको भी learning curve हो जाए, maybe they'll run into, and it again depends on the issue or the solution to the issue. But because you are still 40% away, or you still have the 5 months for a 12-month project, you still have time to actually deal with these, the root cause analysis, the reporting, the communication, the trial solutions. If you keep sitting on it, And now it's 2 weeks away from the deadline, and this is the time the customer is hearing about the project getting delayed. This is hot waters for you. And unfortunately, you will not be put in the category of good project managers. That is why communication is so important. Timely reporting of issues, timely analysis of issues, timely taking care of resolutions are an important criteria in this whole scheme of things. हमने initiation की बहुत बात की. The 5 phases जो आप बार बार सुनोगे is the initiation, the planning, execution, और जब execution हो रहा होता है तो monitoring and control. Last but not the least is the project closure. We tend to feel that we don't need to spend a lot of time planning our project closure phase. Project closure के लिए we will also dedicate one lecture only talking about project closure activities, and the reason is that it's a small world. If you don't plan out your closure activities up front, उस वक्त इतने सारे issues हो रहे होते हैं, इस वक्त इतने सारे काम होते हैं that you will never close out your project well. Good trained project management professionals understand the importance of project closure. और project closure में जो थोड़े से bullets हैं, मैं obviously inshallah we will get into more details. You have to, in that particular phase, when everybody is in a hurry to actually find new jobs, find new projects, move on, move out of your project, customer is 100% focused on you and the delivery, your own organization is in a hurry to close out the financial books, your role is to follow certain tasks and make sure that they're all done properly. Your project plan needs to be updated at that point in time. कोई भी ऐसे task जो undone रह गया हो, कोई ऐसी task जिसमें responsibility, they only did 90% of it, they did not complete the remaining 10%. Going through your project plan, making sure कोई एक ऐसी activity रह तो नहीं गई, documentation हो गई है. Documentation needs to be archived. जितनी दफ़ा भी बोलूँगी और जितना भी समझती थी, कोई ऐसा प्रोजेक्ट नहीं था जिसमें जब हम क्लोजर की एक्टिविटी के टाइम पे आते थे, कोई एक इम्पॉर्टेंट फाइल was just left on the desktop of some programmer. All is important for the maintenance and the warranty phase of the project. So, all the important documentation, all the status reports that were provided to the customer, all had to be time-stamped and archived. I hope all of you understand the word archive. Putting it all under a big folder with the project name and subsequently saving all of the documentation. And then burning a CD. Making several copies of the CD with your project documentation and saving it not only for your own records, handing out a copy to the customer for safe record, handing it out to the project organizations, project office. Sometimes your PMO has a copy, sometimes your technical manager has a copy of that CD. So that all of the information, if needed, can be retrieved appropriately, effectively, efficiently. Okay? Legal contract closure. कितनी दफ़ा हम लोग भूल जाते हैं signing that fine line. Going through it, making sure all the subcontractors, उनके जो भी करना होता है काम, their timeline are all recorded, handed over, closed out. Any corrective action that needs to be taken now. The lessons learned, things that went well, things that did not go well, all of that needs to be taken care of. A lot of different issues were said and taken care of. अब question answer के लिए खैर there's no interactive session, but what I would like you to do is go through the presentation, understand it, and inshallah we'll delve a little bit deeper into some of those terms and terminology. Allah Hafiz, take care, and I will see you in the next lecture.